Thanks for coming out on a Monday morning to hear about an exciting collaboration between Nextdoor and the city of Salt Lake City. It's an exciting time to be a government communicator. It's hard to believe that only 20 years ago, in 1995, was when .coms and the internet started really becoming a part of our everyday life. Social media has only been really around and ubiquitous in our community for the past 10 years. YouTube, for instance, has only been around for 8. So that means 8 years ago, you probably never got a cat video from your mother-in-law. Cue laughter. All right. Every social media platform has a brand, and what made Nextdoor exciting for us government communicators is that their brand is community connection and community involvement. And my job as civic engagement manager of the city is to really raise the capacity, or look to raise the capacity of community members to be a part of government decision making. This is really a cross-collaborative undertaking. We've got the administration, Salt Lake City Council, and the Salt Lake City Police Department now utilizing this tool to engage the community. So it's an exciting endeavor, and we've got a lot of people here to talk about it, starting with Mayor Ralph Becker. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Mayor Ralph Becker, and thank you all for joining us on a Monday morning. I know sometimes it's hard to get going on a Monday. So, as Clayton was saying, advancing technology has and continues to impact our lives, both in small and in profound ways. At City Hall, we've been constantly evaluating new digital tools in an effort to improve work we do on behalf of our residents. This morning, I'm pleased to announce a new collaboration with the free community social media tool Nextdoor. As we all know, our neighborhoods reflect the true character of our city. And the Nextdoor platform creates new ways for neighbors to talk to each other, and now new ways for city government to connect with residents. Already over 70 Salt Lake City neighborhoods, including mine, I might say, have created their own community networks using Nextdoor. Our partnership with Nextdoor is a great addition to the city's portfolio of tools that we have created to make residents part of the city's decision-making and share information about the work that we're doing at City Hall and much more. These include our online forum, Open City Hall, which hopefully many of you are aware of and have been using, which allows residents to weigh in on city policy issues from anywhere at any time. Just over a year ago, and I should say we've gone from instances where we may have 50 or maybe at the most on controversial matters, maybe 100 comments, to having hundreds, or in real controversial matters, thousands of both comments and then interaction among folks who are able to comment on matters we're taking in the city. Just over a year ago, we launched the Sustainability Dashboard, which is a great interactive website that gives users complete access to the data to reduce our carbon footprint and impact our environment. And that, I encourage any of you who are interested in the livability agenda that I've been pursuing over the last really 8 years, but 4 years in a very intensive way, to be able to take a look at our sustainability dashboard at slcgreen.com, where you have a chance not only to see what we're doing and hold us accountable for what we're committing to doing, but you also have a chance to provide us ideas about things we may not be thinking about, we should be thinking about. It's been a terrific tool for Salt Lake City around our sustainability initiatives. And recently we've launched CitySource, the CitySource app, which allows residents to lodge reports from their phones about potholes, burned out, street lights, and many, many issues. Those of you who don't know that, it's SLC Mobile, and it is a great app. It pops right up where you just literally asks you to submit a request, and it goes directly to the agency that is responsible for your request. And we've been getting a great response and participation in that as well. So I'm now pleased to introduce a wonderful city council member of ours, James Rogers.
Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Becker. The council page has already had a wonderful reception from the community as we've posted council events or news. The council staff has been said to see good, and many Nextdoor people are already familiar with many city activities. I like that Nextdoor is free for both the city and residents to use. It's a great method to quickly communicate with residents, to drill down to each neighborhood, tailoring information for just them if needed. For example, if a lost dog is out, there's many neighbors that say, hey, my dog is a Chihuahua, it's white, it's about 2 pounds, it's last seen on Colorado Street. District 1 has had great opportunities through this to connect with neighbors, to retrieve and to find lost animals, or to talk about city issues and have those issues answered. One important issue for me is privacy. And I'm glad and proud to say that Nextdoor website will remain completely private to only the verified residents who live there. The city will not be able to access any information or content shared amongst neighbors. I'm also excited with the street level contact that this collaboration gives us. So I will be launching the District 1 page with the City Council today. Eventually, all City Council members plan to do the same. This is one of many tools that we will use to stay in touch with our neighbors all across the city. And on a side note, before I turn the time over to our Chief Brown, is that please don't think of this as the new 911. It is not 911. I don't want to get on Nextdoor app and say, somebody has broken into my house, help me. Or there's a fire next door. 911 is still the essential emergency number. This is a great way for us to drill down on issues. For example, if the fair park, as we know, has some issues going on, it's a great way for neighbors to connect, to get them involved, to help them understand where the fair park is placed with a lease with the state or moving forward. Or another issue with District 1, a new 4,000 bed facility on the west side of Salt Lake City. It's a great way for these neighbors to understand what's going on. So I'm going to proudly turn this time over to Chief Brown to talk more about policing and involvement.
Thank you and good morning. Last week I had the opportunity to attend a meeting where it was actually a neighborhood community meeting where we had neighbors on both sides of the issue talking about a problem. And we had police there, we had the health department there, we had people from the city there, and what was nice is they were all sitting at the table discussing these issues and problems. And it was amazing that within an hour we had identified numerous issues that we could, or numerous things that we could address very quickly to resolve this issue. And as I thought about it, the answer to that meeting and what made it so successful was the communication aspect. And so as in preparing some thoughts for today, I thought, wow, what a great tool Nextdoor is going to be as far as allowing communities and neighborhoods to continue those meetings basically all the time. And so with that, we have always been very invested in innovative crime prevention efforts and are excited that Nextdoor will help more residents across Salt Lake City easily participate in modern virtual neighborhood watch programs. This will be fantastic because people can, in their neighborhoods, they can sign up and develop these neighborhood watches, which we will be a partner also, so that we can be invited right into the neighborhood all the time. Nextdoor gives us a direct line of communication to residents about important updates. We see this as a great opportunity to put out seasonal public service announcements, to talk about hotspots, crime trends, and issues, things that we're looking for. We also believe that neighbors who know each other look out for each other. I think that's extremely important because nobody knows their neighborhoods better than those who live there. It's okay to be Gladys Kravis from Bewitched. That nosy neighbor is very good, and this Nextdoor would give a platform for people to do those type of things, so they can watch out for their neighbor, and they can watch out for those suspicious cars and those different people that are the problems or potential problems in neighborhoods. Using technology like Nextdoor is vital in both strengthening our community partnerships and combating crime. Together, we can make our city stronger and safer, one Nextdoor neighborhood at a time. And with that, I'd like to turn the time over to Justine Fenwick with Nextdoor. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Brown. Nextdoor is so honored to be working with the mayor, the city, and the Salt Lake City Police Department to serve as a neighbor-to-neighbor and citywide communications tool. Nextdoor is not new to Salt Lake City. Over the past several years, 72 neighborhoods have created Nextdoor sites. And Nextdoor is a private social network for your neighborhoods. Residents create their own online Nextdoor site, and they self-manage these sites. They use them to find a great babysitter, a great plumber, the lost dog. They use them to coordinate the neighborhood picnic and the neighborhood garage sale. And perhaps one of the most important ways we see our members use Nextdoor is really to stay informed around issues of crime and safety. And so what we're celebrating here today is that the city can now converse directly with those 72 neighborhoods that are using Nextdoor. For instance, the police department can send out a crime update or a safety alert to one neighborhood, to 5 neighborhoods, or citywide with just a single click. So now neighborhoods will be directly connected to the city staff that work so hard to keep their neighborhoods safe and strong. At Nextdoor, we're very proud to build technology that helps foster community, and we're very proud to partner with a city that so clearly values community. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce one of our Nextdoor members, Blake Perez.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Blake Perez. I currently sit as the chair for Rose Park Community Council. I'd like to thank Mayor Becker, Councilmember Rogers, Police Chief Brown, and the Salt Lake City Civic Engagement team for inviting me here today. For almost 3 years, Rose Park Community Council board members have actively been inviting our neighbors to join our Nextdoor community. Today, over 370 neighbors are active in the Rose Park Nextdoor site, sharing things like crop swap info, housing market statistics, and safety issues and concerns. Rose Park Community Council has been using the site to post our agendas, our meeting minutes, and to create meaningful dialogue with neighbors who could not attend our meetings. One of the features that I like most about this site is the ability to share what's happening in your neighborhood with neighboring communities. This has proven successful. We don't have to look much further than this past Saturday, where Rose Park Community Council hosted a cleanup of the 6 North Overpass, which borders with Fair Park and Marmalade District. Both of those communities got the info and shared it, and before you knew it, we had 3 different neighborhoods working on our cleanup. We look forward to working with the city, the police department on this endeavor,